that. How are we doing, YouTube? Alright, let's get my music playing because I would like some stuff in the background. There we go. Gadabug with the resub, 26 months in a row. Thank you very much, Gada. How you doing, man? I'm doing alright here. Let's go here. There we go. So, we've got a little bit of fleet climbing to do, as is the usual on here. And then we got JC. So, no big surprises. Let's see. Where am I in fleet? Because it's been a while since I looked. Alright, we're 6. Okay, so we can do a quick battle here. Alright. Because I'm the dopey son of a gun that I always am, I forgot to take my tablets before I started, so I'm just going to do that. In my defense, my streaming software had an update, and even now I'm like, yeah, there's a fair bit going on here. Still don't know why it repeats it, but hey ho. So, I think we knock this battle out and then I'll just settle for second, because I think doing the whole Mark 6 start and doing another battle to not start it, it's just a pain in the backside. I'm saying all this and I'm thinking, this is... Well, yeah, I went first, didn't I? So I'm fine. I was confused for a second because Mark 6 reinforced straight away. This is fine, isn't it? Yeah, we're fine. I think just the reinforcement order confused me. Unless maybe I didn't see Sith Assassin get blown up. Maybe that's what happened. You know, I have to laugh, right? This song that's playing on Twitch, it could actually be played on YouTube for what it's worth. It was my first intro track. Hader might even remember it. And yeah, it's a song I actually do listen to every now and again, just on my own, like kind of... I did like the vibe of it. That Mark 6 out of mine has got a lot of stacks. Ooh, just remembered something. Let me see if I can find the button I'm after. Hopefully this doesn't break anything. No, we seem to be fine. Although it did shut things up. I need to see the scene. There isn't that many things in this, surely. Oh, it's doing the current scene, do you? Okay. Alright, I don't know what's going on here, I'm going to be honest. I do not know what my software is doing, so... Yay! Alright, let me just sort this out for you. Can we just... Why are we having issues? There we go. Alright. Got there in the end. We're up against Eam X2. Not got a clue. Anyone want to clue me in, feel free. They're part of a guild called the Kingdom. Slightly bigger GP than me. They've got more Zetas than me by 42. I've got 10 more GAC Omicrons, we'll take that. Actually, I've only 2 behind them in total, so that's pretty nice. Mods, we're ahead of them on the 25s, 132 to 47. We're ahead on the 20s, 401 to 222. 15s, they've caught up, but they're only 3 ahead, so not that big a difference. I've got advantages on the 6% and 14% offense-defense mods. They've got advantages on the 4%, 6%. Sorry, 4%, 9%. Relics, yeah, they've got a lead. There's no way hiding that. They've got 5 Relic 10s, 37 Relic 9s to my 35, 47 Relic 8s to my 23. We catch up a little bit by 6s and below, but naturally that will happen. So I've got a little bit of Datacron advantage potentially, so got that, which is nice. If we just scroll down a bit more, let's see. Relic 8C, Relic 8 Kenobi, matching me a bit. R9 on Lulveda, Jabba, Leia, Ahsoka, but they've got a Relic 10 Parrot King Hondo. Where the hell are the other R10s? Wow, it's R8 Ezra. I thought he might be one of them. Yeah, R10 Raven. Alright, let's get into the game. I want to see what they've been upgrading. Let's close that one down. We can see they've attacked. But before we go in, I actually would like to see this. Oh, Cup and Ugnaught. Okay, that makes more sense. And then Stranger's the other one. Okay, makes much more sense. I was sort of scratching my head like, well, what have they done? So yeah, in theory, I could have had a couple of Relic 10s if I'd have bought the bundle. So yeah, I keep forgetting about them being a thing now. So yeah, R10 Stranger is potentially a concern, but Revan and Parrot King Hondo, I wouldn't consider like the worst things I could be facing. Alright. Now, as I've been trying to do lately, we've got a plan. Just making sure I wrote it on the right side of the page. Let's see if it lines up. Okay, so they did full clear me. They did drop on my Balin, which is nice. We put Hondo with Balin. South Wall. It took them 3 to get through Ray, Ben, Ezra. I didn't switch that around from last round, so that might have thrown them. And then Batwall, all one shots. And the Fleet Wall, yeah, all one shots. We're at a point with Fleet where if you drop a battle in Fleet, you deserve to lose the round. Alright, so this is, I can't see it, but I'm going to try and pretend I haven't seen a bit of it. We were expecting Parrot King Hondo, Tuskens, Great Mothers, Wookiees, and Tarkin. Parrot King Hondo, Tarkin, Tuskens, Wookiees, Great Mothers. Okay. South Wall, we're expecting Enoch, Rey, Mace, Caloran Beck, and Ethano. So a little change here because Balin's chilling here. And so is... actually, no, that's about it. So the change is Ethano. Okay. Let me unrecord that. And I was going to do big BKM there, but that's kind of a bad idea. So we'll have a think about that. I'm going by Vexatron there, Kada. I feel like I sort of stop this alarm. He said that essentially, if you're doing Balin, Shin, Hondo, it's got a better hold rate than doing Maroc, and I think it just simply comes down to Hondo's got the captive at the start of battle, so it all depends if you've got that army. Hello there, Sop, how you doing? It should be 3-0 for my first week of GAC back. Great escape, hopefully. You're clawing points to get out of Chromium 5, not to get relegated. Well, I haven't actually shown this, so let me just back up a second. But I did lose my last round. Sebazard. I will give them credit. They full cleared me and they didn't drop a battle. It was only 13 points between us, but the difference was I dropped once on their Dulgarara team trying Satil Shan. Really, I shouldn't have tried it. So it's my own fault. Those 13 banners are what cost me the round. Well, 13 plus banners. So, yeah, fingers crossed we can play an efficient game today and it will cement us in Kaiba 1 for the off-season. But yeah, nice to have a little bit of stakes in it, I guess. Alright, let's bring this up. There we go, that's better. Also, you fixed your hotbots and you now get guild messages. Hey, nice! I'm going to say, the guild tools on Hotbot are quite nice. Okay, let's just switch my cam to here. There we go. So, the majority of this I feel like stays the same because there's only one change. But it might be that we have to adjust something. Croissant, yo yo yo, how you doing? Sorry, I've got to up the song for a minute here. I need to find a way of doing these in sync. Alright, basically new Discord, so it's unlike your old Discord, even though it didn't exist. That is a bit of a mess, isn't it? I really hope they find a way of fixing things like that, in a more simple way. It's a mess that EA Connect can screw things a little bit. But what it's worth, Croissant, those two things are very worthwhile having. Did I... Oh, right. Right, sorry, I must have misread that. I actually thought that was sarcastic. Thanks, EA Connect. So, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, very strange that, as the scenario goes. At least that EA Connect helped. You were registering your Discord, but you got stuck in a loop where I couldn't unlink. It said I could register through Discord bot. Okay. That's actually pretty good. I imagine, if anything, things like having alternate options like Google in the past or Facebook maybe messed things up a bit. Or maybe not messed them up, but made it a bit more complicated than it needed to be. When you get a Carbonite Lightspeed token, you go and put it on Sith Eternal Trooper. Just need DR Gear 13, then you see Sith Empire team's complete. I mean, I'll tell you what, right? I always remember someone reaching out to me on Twitter about the Sith Empire Trooper. But I think there was some... It was a random tweet that I'd just posted about going for Darth Revan. And someone replied to him, and it was something on the lines of saying for Sith Empire Trooper that he was the best tank in the game if it was modded slowly. Something like that, like he got crazy high defense. I've always tried to keep something like that in my mind because as a character, in the game, I love it. Very specific, you know, you do need Sith in the team, but still very nice. I'll admit, I'm going round and round a bit here in terms of working out what I'm using, but I'm getting there slowly. Just realised no DC on this team. It's got decent armor pan. Is there a stranger? No stranger on defense apparently, so we could probably afford to use that. You also need to do the raid. I hate not having Tarkin set done, so I have to redo them all. I've got to do my raid today, so I'm probably going to do that on stream. Yeah, it's not nice when you have to remod. I will completely agree, though. That's why I do like hot utils. You're about to play some chess, but you're subbing in Twitch channel. Hey, nice. I'm going to say, I mean, I haven't played chess in a long time, but going to say, I'll take you coming here as a positive, eh? D-Max, I'll admit, I am absolutely shocked how bad they are. Even, like each match day, I see it, and I'm like, how are they this bad? I just don't think it will register with me, the idea that I could be, as a Stoke fan, being up against them next season. You know, it's like... By comparison, you are in form, yes. I think we'll stick with that for now. I think we're going to go with Slacker. Originally, I'd got Slacker penciled in to take on DTMG, but I think we can shift that around. Enoch, we're going to do Wampa. I believe Wampa's a decent solo here. It is the Night Trooper Cron, so I may... Actually, saying that, let me pull this guy's history up. I did check the round where he lost, just to see what other people were using against him. Yeah, and someone used Relic 7 Wampa with the Wampa Cron, so hopefully we've got a chance. Hey up, Phil, how you doing? We lost the last round. I'm going to say it was down to me. I wasn't efficient on offense, or at least efficient enough. But yeah, fingers crossed we can get a 2-1 for the week and stay in Kyber 1. How you doing, man? What have we got here? We've got Wookiees. We're going to do Great Mothers. Honestly got no idea if that is a suitable counter, but I'm like, I love to use my Great Mothers. Tuscans. We're going to do Gassy Baby. If I can find him. I think we can afford to use the lesser clones, can't we? We don't necessarily need Rex and 5s in that. Anything with... Ooh. Ideally protection. I want that for Leia. That'll do. You went 4-2 prior to this week. You went 0-2 so far this week. Ouch. And today's scored 2078. Ooh, fingers crossed. I mean, I was a bit gutted last round. I think it was 2061 I got. My opponent got 2074 or something. So sometimes you do just have rounds like that where even if you, like me, you have a sloppy drop, that doesn't sound good, does it? Even if you have a sloppy round, that still doesn't sound better. You don't really want to get punished, do you? Yeah, as it stands, I am 3-3 for the previous week, so it's 1-1 this week. So yeah, 4-4 for the season. So 5-4 season like yourself, it would be quite nice. See if we can get it. He lost 2 rounds this season, scoring over 2070. I think that just shows where the efficiency matter is at the moment. It really is crazy that this seems to be the way we're going again. For a little bit, I felt like we were moving away from it. But I think it was just as these new teams were coming out and people were experimenting. But I feel like everyone's kind of gone back to trying to be a little bit more safe. That's not too bad. Pirate King Kondo, we're doing JMK what, aren't we? Where's JMK? I must have accidentally ruled it out. Oh, crap. I've just realised I've got what on defense. That's why it's not here. So that does require a rethink. We have got the Stranger. Maybe we use that here? I think Moll has told me that it can work. Moll won this round to go 5-4 as well. Happy 3v3 is done for now. I'm feeling that way at this moment in time, I won't lie. We're 2 months into new teams, so accounts are getting figured out. Next 3v3 we'll have ISB and the new Rebel team. Yeah, I mean, in a way it's why I don't think I've done it, but... Oh no, I did. I took Sora off defense, and it was pretty much because I got that in my mind that we were going to be using a different Rebel team next 3v3. So I thought, let's take it off defense now so that we've kind of got an idea of what we're going to do. Yeah, that's mad, really, isn't it? How soon it's going to be. Oh, Malgus. I was going to say, what have I set for myself here? No. Not that one. Not that one. That's the one I want Darth Revan involved in this battle. Have we got anything with Darkside Tank Revive? There we go. That's the one. Right. I feel like I need to see how that plays out first with Stranger. Yeah, it feels like that could define the battle a bit. So let's get cracking. It's a Rowlet 10 Hondo as well, so that's the other bummer about it. Okay, so Stranger, Star Killer, Maul. Talk about dipping in terms of relics. It's hard not to look at this and think, am I going the wrong way about this? Do I go Stranger against Balin and then Slacker here? But this is trouble, you only get one shot at it, so it's like... Out of curiosity, do I have any more light side crons? Or light side turn meter crons? Yeah, I've got two. I've got one with Huyang, one with the IG-11. So potentially try Satil if it went wrong. Oh, hang on, it's not Satil, is it? That'd be Stranger. Got me teams mixed up. Alright, I'm gonna go with it. Let's just see how this goes. Okay, Let's just do that. We can do that. Okay, that's good to know. I wouldn't have known it. Okay, one down. Let's bring the sky down here. So I suppose my question here is more along the lines of, have we got any permakills here? Or can Hondo bring them back? Oh, that was a waste of a special. I should have used the other one. Okay, that's nice. Right, come on. Oh, that's good to know, then. Alright, 67. Beautiful. Just to know that that worked and I hadn't made a big error, I'm taking it. Okay. We'll go south now. Actually, let's skip Balin for a second. Let's just try this. Have you ever heard a song and you're like, I know this, but I don't know why I know it? That was me just then. I thought, I've got to just find out what this is. Chris, I did, but I'm a little worried about crashing my PC to show you. For some reason, it was very slow doing it. If I go... Let's have a look. Like, I've got a load of stuff here. But yeah, I've got, like I say, I've got a load of them. It's just knowing where to look. Oh yeah, it is Muse. Yeah, I've got no idea, but it's going to be somewhere in there. Alright, let's give Wampa a go here. It is good to know that that can beat even with the weaker Mulcader, by the way. Alright. Okay, let's get a turn, Womp. Let's get a turn. That's it, slam the ground. Raw. Raw. Alright, I'm not feeling too comfortable here because we're low on health. Yep, alright, full fit. That was a drop I didn't want to drop. Okay. Alright, let's give this another go. Yeah, I've got Love Vader knocking around as well. Which is kind of crazy. We've got 4 GLs free. I'd plan C, Slacker, Layer at the back, but Slacker's now here. Bane's also at the back. I wonder if we could just do Bo-Katan here, considering Bo was going to be for Ithano, but now she's not got a use. Honestly, there's a point when I'm thinking to myself, I might just need to go crazy on Wampa so that when we get these Datacrons, I'm actually in good health. I'm going to say, I hope it's picked up for you, man. I hope it's picked up for you. I feel like it falls under that category of most people can understand work like that. Let's go for that one. Oh, hang on, have I actually got that Cron available? The level 2. I don't know if I've got that. No, I haven't got it. The trouble, it picks up things that I've locked in, but not... sorry, that I haven't locked in. So, yeah, that wasn't actually there anymore. There is another Calcron I've got here. This one, so we'll go for that. Yeah, I'll pinpoint that. I mean, just thinking to myself, I know that sometimes getting back into a routine can throw you off guard a little bit. Oof. Ouch. Please get in here. Ugh. Get rid of all that. Bo, please come in and take a turn. Alright, that's it. Let's just get rid of this git. Alright, Daze. And you know what? We're going for you and we're going to blind you. Okay. 34 banners. Clean up at least. Let's go for Bale and I won't get this done. I just saw the Constable tag and I'm thinking, yay, Conquest. What we're all looking forward to, isn't it? Let's go for this Chris Santon Cron. Top Vance will be worth it, but man, it's like... It's not even... It hasn't been a chore of late to me, although Relic Delta could certainly challenge that. It's just... not enjoyable. Alright, 57. Let's get the Triumvirate in here. Still feels weird putting them in this order. I'm sure you can do, you know, the Cron does have effect even if you do try a lead, but feels right using it like this when we can. Alright, basic. Let's isolate, pop that there, even though it won't do much. You know, I'd be willing for that to happen because I think it would mean that they would actually, you know, have done something with ships. And I am not counting the addition of 2 ships in a year. Oh, such fun. I have to, like, psych myself up for it. I'm like, okay, I've got to get my head in the game for it. I mean, I try and plan and all that kind of stuff, you know, think, right, what are the best teams for it? You know, I don't just go in willy-nilly, but it doesn't make it any more enjoyable. You know what? Just nuke. Exactly, yeah, you can't do anything about it, so you just gotta grin and bear it. Like having a dentist appointment. Just, normally I wouldn't be going to the dentist once a month. Well, 14 times in a month. I feel like I need Nihilus to just up his health steal a little bit. Alright, let's just nuke you. Let's just isolate you. I do wonder if there are phrases I use that just fly over everyone's head. I think that'd be a good use of a command, to be honest, if there was like a way of just saying, can we just rewind the tape a bit? 57. I mean, before I came on, I was just in the Hermit's family server for my former guilds, if you like. And I just saw a conversation going on about ships, and it was pretty much along the lines of the meta's stale, and it just doesn't look like anything is going to happen soon. Oh, hang on. Am I doing the right thing? Yeah. Hey up, Duck, how you doing? That is me. When I can, anyway. I always have this thing in my head that this is where university kind of ruined me a little bit. I ended up doing sociolinguistics, which is essentially studying the use of language. And it was only for like a semester I did it. But I remember learning in that a lot of language can be accidentally derogatory, if you like, in the sense that if you're using certain language, like sweet, like calling a girl sweetie, for instance, there is a term for it that's gone from my head. That's like, it's like you. Essentially, it's like derogatory because it's the idea of like you turn them into an object, like sweet, like a sweet object or an animal or whatever, you know. And I don't know what it is, but ever since then, I've always been wary of using that, using A up duck without the person who I'm saying it knowing what it's about. And it also feels very weird to say it to a bloke. I don't know why that is. I think maybe it's just how I would think to use it. But yeah, one of those where I'm like, sometimes it's best just to not know things or think about things. I didn't see the banners there. Was that 56? I think it was. Yeah, I mean, that is the thing. It's definitely just something that's caused me to overthink rather than it actually being an actually bad thing, if you like. But yeah, the one thing I sort of remember from it as well was we did studies of accents, and even though I don't remember much, it was just trying to like find out why certain accents are the way they are, and like for whatever reason, I just seem to remember hearing a Scouse lad saying chicken a lot. It was a funny study, but equally it kind of goes in and out of my head at times. Yeah, exactly. I think that's the bottom line. If there is no malicious intent, you know, again, I think that is where what you say is true. Context is king. That is also a safe way of approaching it. I mean, me personally, I don't think I've ever done that, so I think if I did, people would know I was upset with them. Here we go. Alright, let's do that. And we'll throw some rocks. And we pump Cal. Okay, still a little bit. Oh. Ooh, you little swine. I mean, Taran's due a go. There we go. That's what we're after. I think we just do that this turn. Ooh, wow. Okay, pop the shield. Don't like that. Okay, just about hanging in that. Ray's due to go, though. Woo! Okay, Seer down. 4 stacks here. Ooh! Got it. Just about 51. Alright. Front wall down. Let's save that. Okay. Let's close this down and let's do this again. I have to thank Ainsley for this song, by the way, just for the fact that I was completely unaware of the chain until I was watching his stream. And I had to Shazam this song because I loved it. Alright, let's go here, man. Let's see. If someone can't take being called a bellend, then they're no friend of mine. I think that's it, isn't it? Again, it goes back to that context thing. Context is king, isn't it? Oliver, I don't normally do roster reviews on my channel. If anything, if I do them, it's usually quick flyby ones. So, yeah, just putting that out there. Mom must be nice to use Ufu's on Ray. Yeah, I thought I could try that because Cal being in the team and not Barris or Ezra. But yeah, it's not one that you particularly won't be doing, is it? Here we go. Go on, I can have a quick look just while I'm in between walls. Let's just claim all this while I'm here. Here we go. Have a sip of my coffee. I wish there's a way you could filter this in terms of who's been inactive for the longest time. I mean, Team Lumac, I'm not being funny, I don't really remember them. It's not like Charlie who I remember. Remember Huthra, but I don't think I chatted much with him. Greg Crag, I'm assuming is just... yeah. There is that as well. Sometimes it's just being honest, you know. I do respect that. Alright, Spurs Fig. I'll admit, we were talking about Tottenham before, so interesting time for you to pop up. Let's see. Era units are actually looking pretty decent. I mean, I don't know exactly how. Well, let me put this into context. I've been getting the characters to 5 stars, so I'm guessing I get a little bit more in terms of resources from doing the next 2 tiers of the event. But with that in mind, I'd say you're doing quite well. It's a nice combo. Granted, you know, with Spurs at the moment, maybe less so for the first part, but hey, I'm a Stoke fan, I can't comment. But yeah, just have a look. So, I'm curious, have you been going like with these Lightspeed token tracks? Not pennies, just crystals. Well, I get the episode pass, so a few pennies there, but that's it. Yeah, so just looking at this, I'd say you've got some interesting starting points. I'm just making sure. Hang on, I'm just thinking, Oliver, were you on the stream the other day? Because I feel like I'm getting deja vu. I was talking about mods with you, wasn't I? Yeah, because I remember the 4 mod on Bosk. Alright, my memory can be very poor. That's why I was not 100% sure at first. I thought I recognised your name, but I was like, hang on, is that the same name, or am I just not remembering due to sleeping? But yeah, I think the question I would ask then, just in terms of following up from last time, is did you decide what you want to do next? Okay. You got it up to 21 speed. That's solid. I mean, one thing I will say, let's just back out a second. Got your Master Qui-Gon up here. What's your Rex mods looking like as your next character down? I mean, for the record, that looks a decent place to go next in terms of 20 speed. You know, once it's 60, it's 21 automatically. Was there anything else on Qui-Gon? Okay, so nothing too crazy. I didn't mention this the other day, but it's probably worth just a little show and tell, as it were. Let's just put the screen on here so it's a little bit bigger for you. I'm saying that, and I think I can't make it any bigger, can I? Not really. On Discord, if you go, and I'm trying to remember it, it is... Here we go. It's going to be in my server if you want to try and use it here. There we go. Find slices. It's under the Omega bot. So if I do it for yours, for instance, let's just put that ally code in again. 666 765. Try that again. 65914. What it does, OmegaBot, it has a look at your account, and it essentially gives you some recommendations for what you might want sliced. So it does say the square next for Captain Rex, and the triangle. Yeah, which makes sense. 14 speed. It's a decent amount of speed to try and slice and work on. So I think another thing to take from that is, if you're using it, it gives you an idea of what a good mod is and what to slice it to improve it. So if you've not got it on there, you probably don't want to be working on it. So just keep that one in mind, because it is actually quite helpful. I mean, if I use it for myself just for a second, because I haven't used the command in a little while. If I just go... And bingo. Here we go. So with mine, it's saying that I should look at my Jyn Erso, my Captain Enoch, my Jolie, and my Seven Sister. Oh, I've got a few more down here as well. So, yeah, just gives you good ideas for what to work on. Okay, I definitely think a GL layer and even executive before Prodia Pals is a good idea. I can give you a link to my Discord server, yeah. Let me see if the command works first, because I did have one. There we go. If that doesn't connect you, I'll just put a direct link in, because I have occasionally had issues with my link expiring for some reason. But yeah, honestly, it's probably a good way to just start out, and then you get a better idea of what mods are working and what aren't anyway. Alright, ooh, we got a pack here. You know what, I'm going to hold on to that until Conquest starts. I think that might be the way to do that. Ah, okay, that's the thing, it is a Discord bot, so there isn't really a way to do it without Discord, at least not to my knowledge. Yeah, and anything else I could recommend is not free either. So, after that, it's really just looking on YouTube. I mean, what I could say, there might be guides that show you how to use the mod management system a little bit in-game. I mean, I've only recently done this myself, where there's a guy called Eggnods, I think I might have shared a video the other day with you. He did a video about setting up all these filters, and it helps you get rid of bad mods, helps you to keep good mods. So it might be worth having a look at that. Alright, let me just get this back on. Okay, Batwall. We can see Glat and Jabba. There's DTMG. There's Nihilus. And right at the bottom, we've got Sorgarera. Pretty much what we were expecting. So, we'll just bring this back up. This is what I've been planning the other day. So, we're going to do Bane. And honestly, because we've got a bit of wiggle room that I didn't account for, we could probably do Seabane there. Then DTMG. Actually, scratch that. Scratch that last one. We haven't got as much wiggle room as I thought, so we'll stick to Bane and Sass. Here we'll do Lord Vader. Here we'll do C and some compadres. Jabba will do Afra. And for Glat we do Leia. That is one of the big things, yeah. I mean, with my guild right now, if I just back out a second. We go guild events and wrote. We got 44 last time, so that is 1325 crystals. I think when I was in my former guild, I don't want to say it wrong because I don't put us down, but I think it was around 30 we were getting, and it's not the biggest of differences, but you think it's about 300-400? You know, it's still pretty big. I'm in Commandos of the Grey. There we go. I don't know if it changed, but last week or the week before we were in like the top 10, I think, or top 15 of the raid scores. It was a nice little bit of bragging rights for a bit. Alright, let's Kron. We go for that. We got 44 last time, but we had been getting 45. We've had a bit of a membership shuffle of late, so I think there might have just been a little bit of teething issues when it came to people settling in. Sometimes it's to be expected, isn't it? I don't really want to be using that Kron here, but we will. We've got the... Let's remove that. We've got the IG-90 Kron there. Let's use... Oh, actually, that hasn't got thermite, so we're fine there. And that's our only dark side one, but it's got protection, which is not bad on Lord Vader. Alright, I'm feeling content we've got a plan, so let's go to... Bit of eeny, meeny, miny, mo, here we're going to hit. Shall we take the Tuscans out? Give Sky Guy a bit of Jimmy justice. By the way, it'd be so cool if we could just hit Warrior out on counter. Or like that. I'm not really that fussy. Ooh. This song that's on Twitch now, this is one that I heard at uni, and it's not like a big song or anything like I was super crazy about, but I always remember like seeing the music video on like the TV there, and I don't know if anyone else is like that with music. Sometimes you just have like a flashback to where you first heard a song. Just a weird one for me, that. I mean, you can do it. I don't know how often I say it. I probably surprised myself. Okay, let's leap. Okay, I really need to hit the Great Mothers pronto. Okay, it's just dawned on me, I've actually gone for the wrong line up here, because it should be Bastler and Revan leading. So, whoops. Been a while since I've used this in threes. We should still be alright, but it's probably not efficient. We're not blind here, so we can afford to leap. Okay, please get it. Oh, you... Look! Oh, you absolute prize! bleeding believe that. Oh. I repeat my word in there because it's like, why did that have to happen how it did? The phrase is one that was made up a long time ago by someone in the chat, and I can't even remember who started it now. It's that long ago. And yeah, I vaguely remember it. It's something like, I want every single gun aimed at that Jedi. The sign of how long it's been on there, that I don't think I've actually seen the film and the quote for a while. Alright, we got through that, but yuck. 53. Next time, Darth Revan lead. Speaking of great mothers, let's go in. Can't risk this without Kron. I haven't got a dark side Kron, that's the annoying thing. Let's go with this light side one. Kenobi doesn't need it. I haven't actually got a plan for Kenobi, that's the even weirder thing. Probably could have used Kenobi up on the Great Mothers just now. Let's do that so we can actually hit the target. Alright, get rid of all that. Bow down. Get rid of all the buffs. You know, you gotta give the Wookiee team credit in terms of making Clone Wars Chewie a bit annoying. Not something I've ever thought I would characterize him as. Alright, come on. Can we get rid? Yes. Alright, let's bow down. Please aim your laser at Yoda and Chewie. Okay. I think we're looking alright now. I feel like Clone Wars Chewie was just holding us up a little bit. Alright, 57. JML. Which Calcron was this? It's got 72% armor pen. Okay. That's not at all awkward. That's it. I must have re-rolled and got it. Hey, nice one. Go and say... I was probably celebrating like that when I got it to Relic 9 the other day, so... or the other week, so... I know the feeling. Let's do that. It always feels like there's like another thing to celebrate in the game. Okay, let's just get rid of that gunk. We can't go under stealth, so let's just Keep hitting Scorch for a minute. One way of looking at him. Alright, 1 down. 2 down. I feel like I've been enjoying the Lord Vader team since they got to R9. Maybe it's just that satisfaction of actually getting them there that's kicking in a bit. For what it's worth, I've just heard that about Christian Romero going to be missing the rest of the season with a knee injury. That's not good news for Spurs fans. Well, debatable. The point of view of your captain being out for the rest of the season, bad. From the point of view of has he actually been playing well, maybe not that bad. Alright. Okay, can we decrease this potency they've got? Siphon some of it our way. I was going to say, I would like to stop hitting Afra, please. It was just a little bit rude, that push. I say a little bit because it was mild, that. It was more than a little rude. Oh, wow, you're really going for Afra. Ooh. Ow. Okay. Alright, now I'm feeling a bit worried. Alright. Okay. Lord Vader was going to be doing DTMG, but he would be safer against Jabba. So what do we use instead on DTMG? I think the simple answer is we move Bane Sass from Saw to DTMG. And from there, we do... Kenobi. Actually, Kenobi could probably do DTMG better. Yeah, I think we keep it as it was, actually. Yeah, Kenobi can do DTMG. And Bane Sass can do Saw again. Alright. Let's get in there. Arguably this was the more efficient way, but I didn't see that way at the time. Using R7 Tarkin, Gear 12 Apple, and Gear 12 Scorch with Army. Okay. Obviously CX2 is going to be better, I'm sure you know that. Let's just do that. Feel like we need to be a bit disarming. You know, say this is a bush that won't quit. Let's do that again. Got buff immunity again. It would be very nice if we could manage to keep it there. Let's do that for a minute. We can use the ult. Crush. Let's reapply that. I could have sworn that would get rid of Bushi Baby, so I'm a little disappointed there. Oh, wow, we lost Apo. Bit surprised at that. I thought he'd hang in there. Alright, Order 66. Vader's just taking a bit of time. Okay, not a fan of CX2 getting that buff immunity on him. Okay, we did get the disarm even if we didn't get rid of buff immunity. Ooh, okay. The ooh was more about the fact that they obviously altered, not the fact that we were going to die from it. Almost feels like I need to full auto at this point, but I'm just wary of doing it. Come on. Die, Chrysanthemum. Okay. I think he can still come back. Oh, no, he's dead. Cool. I wasn't sure if he got Order 66 or not. Come on, 1 minute 20. Okay, we got our ult again. From a mastery ramping point of view, we should be able to get a good hit in next. Come on. Alright, look down. 34. Just want a quick recap of their defensive performance. They dropped 2 on Rey. And was it 1 up here? Yeah, 1 on Balin. So, we have dropped on 2 teams, but they've dropped 1 more battle. So hopefully, if I'm clean now, we win this. But equally, we just can't afford to drop now. It's on the line. Okay, we're going for the armor pen. It's not resistance pen, which would be ideal here, but hopefully it's enough. Alright, tenacity down there, so can we get a stun? Nope. Worth a little look, I guess. Alright, might as well do that. Alright, 1 down. let's put that on R2, even if it doesn't really do much. Yeah, let's burn that off Hu Yang. Alright. Pull the logs. And arguably full auto from here. Okay, 54. I could have played that manually and tried to get better banners, but let's see how we go. DTMG, we're going to do JMK. Honestly, that's actually a waste. Let's go for... Let's go for that. Right, pop that on Kitty Cat. And eat and delete. Let's do that. Ability block is very nice on Gideon. And he's gone. Alright, sweet. 57. We do love a clean one. Hopefully this is enough to keep the group tanky. We haven't got as much health as I would like. So maybe if we take out GBA and put in Seth, we've got a better chance. Not really, the health doesn't go up much. Go on, let's stick with this. Let's do Nihilus. And let's do Traya. Make sure we keep a taunt on the Brute. It's a little bit concerning because they can just ignore pretty much what they want at this point. Yeah, we can't hit there. Kind of do with omitting the Brood, but not going to, I don't think. Alright, we can put that on C. Okay, that's helpful. They isolated C instead of keeping it on the Brood. Okay, we can resummon. Okay, that's fine. Go on, we'll link Scion this time, just for the fact we haven't got much choice. Unfortunately, I do have to keep going for Scion. Okay, we got the ult. Let's do that for now. Bye-bye to you two. This won't recover much in the way of banners, but hopefully it's enough to just keep armor around. Alright, we can apply that here. Again, Armorer's banners just go down hard, but if we keep the Brood healthy, then hopefully it'll keep those set banners up. Two stacks, I'm not wasting it. Alright, 54. I feel like I've had a few 54s. Alright, Bane. And if I can find it, Sass. Where are you, Sassy? There we go. Let's use this Cron. Let's go. Okay, let's drain. To go again, let's just use our lightning and swipe. 57. Alright, just fleets to deal with. Hopefully we've still got enough in the tank to get at least 2028. It'll be a disappointing round to lose this if we do end up losing. So we're going to do... Let me just map this out in my head. Prof. Home 1. Leviathan. So, home 1. Alright, let's reinforce. Let's ult. And we'll do the AoE. Do that one. And I'm honestly happy to just keep going for it. There we go, sweet. Base it. And base it. I love them. Long live the rebels. Alright. Prof time. Okay, let's just hit Anakin for what we've got. And I'll just do this for now because it will put him under stealth. Flyby just gives us a bit of time to let him linger in stealth, I guess. Okay, we'll do the AoE. Okay, get Anakin out of that stealth because it's annoying that we haven't been able to hit him for a while. Yeah, Plo will try and save him. What a good Plo job is. But, yeah, we've still got more than enough for Anakin. Alright, let's go there. Oof, okay. I'm a little bit concerned that we haven't got a lot of health on Y-Wing. Flyby gets us back in the yellow. There we go. Had me a little bit worried then. Okay, pass that to Outrider. Said it so many times of late when it comes to this battle. You're not going to lose, but it just drags on. But for a 77, it's worth it. Okay, I would have liked an assist there. Okay, these two have got no damage between them. Okay, 77. Leviathan, Sith, 1, 2, 3, and I'm sticking to that purely because I need banners. I might not have enough, but I figure let's go with just a starting 3. Let's maximize it as much as we can. Interesting they haven't put a tank. Oh, saying that, they have gone very unorthodox. They're bringing in Biggs as the reinforcement. That seems wrong. Unless there's something I've not heard about where B-Wing coming in later is better. Come on. Raven's Claw down. Okay, so this is the B-Wing, surely, yeah. But it's too late. Might lose a protection banner on Marauder, but... Or Fury class, I should say, but... Isn't that bad? 76? Right, final score. Four banners. All right. Okay, come on. Let's get this raid done. Go here as well. Just realised I need to reset the difficulty. Let's start with the Lightsiders. All right. All set up here. Okay, so first special, get rid of Fok. Then we use this. we hide either of them. Alright, they've done their thing, so we do our things. I really wish I could get that kill with Dapper. Very nice when we get that kill at like that, but still, it's you want the first time kill, you know? Come on. Let's just try and get rid of this one. Alright. Should be solid from here. Foresight will hopefully just keep Dapper okay. And hopefully we can get a kill here. There we go. Let's hide Dapper. Alright, again, solid wave. Yeah, we won by, I think it was 4 banners. Bit of a close one, it's safe to say. I didn't help myself by making a mess on... Jabba, that was it, I think who it was. First time Afra's let me down. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's what, 20 crystals a day, but it just gives that breathing space considering the last round I lost, and it would have... I thought that was going to knock me back into Kyber 2 anyway. So the fact it didn't, it's like, okay, that's just giving me a little bit of an extra buffer, you know? And I figure let's just do a bit of raiding while we got a chance. Shall we do these two? Parking. I want to see if I can get the three-man clone trooper team done efficiently this time. I feel like I was learning it a bit as I did it last time. Okay, so there goes Lord Vader's execute stack. We do that. I always find it a shame that I can't get another basic in before the wave ends. Alright, we've got the 2 stacks, so we can afford to just basic a second and do that. I feel like the only way you get the 2 stacks we're talking is if SWGOH got evaded, which, to my knowledge, Lord Vader can't evade your attacks. You probably can, but I've never seen it. Alright, straightforward. Now, next one I don't like, it's Hondo. On paper, I shouldn't mind Hondo. You know, being a GL, it should be a walk in the park, but I don't have Vayne at Relic 9, so it makes it just a touch trickier. Very tempting to make Vayne my next R9 target, but I feel like I need to take a break from R9s and R8s. I've got too many of them on the go. Need to hoard some more R8, R9 materials. Okay, so we go all in here. Capture that guy. We punch this... Well, we punch Apo. He retaliates, we punch him again. We kill Fox. Okay, that's perfect. We want Smee to go at that point. Just less targets for him to try and pull down Lord Vader with. I'm going to do that now. We'll do that. Can I get rid of this one? Ooh, nearly. Let's do that for now. Okay, that was a good evade. Capture. And we should be alright. One of my cleanest runs. Okay, pull the assist from Pirate King. Let's capture this dude. And we'll hit this one. Ult doesn't really do much for us. Okay, so only issue now is that DCT could hide for a little bit. There we go. Definitively my best run at this in terms of speed. Alright. Let's just go on here a sec. Come on. I know I'm a very impatient person when it comes to very simple things, but just waiting for this to do it just makes me foot twitch. Okay. Ooh, that's what happened. Okay. Hey up, Ada, how you doing? Oh. Have you broke my game? I'm doing alright though. Are you okay? I'd say I feel like I'm vibing a bit. I'm just enjoying some tunes. You're looking at droids. What droids are you looking at? Am I wrong in thinking there's a Lightspeed token for him this month? Sith droids or Separatist droids? Well, I'm trying to think. Sith droids. Yeah, to my knowledge, there isn't a Sith droid. I mean, HK-47 is a Sith Empire droid. I wouldn't really push for him that much unless you want Leviathan. The Gambler. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Sorty, aren't you? Sorty's not bad, for what it's worth. Oh. I mean, I think Revan's fleet in the long run is a good fleet to go for. I mean, it's still the top of the meta. You would definitely do a hostile takeover if no one's interested in your fleet where you play. Oh, and that is the mechanic, of course, yes. I did forget that. Alright. Let's see if I can get my mind in the zone for this one, because it's a couple of days since I saw it. I think what we did is we did this. And then we did this. But that wasn't right. We needed an assist from DCT. I vaguely remember him saying it was a very quick turnaround. Again, that was the correct move. But it went hot. If I can't get this to work on my own, I'm going to have to look at the guide I was watching. Okay, this arm. We have to reset because that wasn't DCT assisted. Why do I feel like I got all my good RNG before this? Yeah, that's a reset. If I'm right, essentially you need DCT to assist so he goes under stealth. I think that's how it works. And every attack with CX2 pretty much is going over here. Yeah, again, that's a reset. Nightfall Trooper, you mean, yeah? I mean, this is a really kooky squad in terms of Yamgal leader. But Relic 9, it does work. Damn, wow, I'm just not getting the RNG. It's like I said, I think I got all the good RNG before. Hey, we got one. Okay. Okay. Let me check the turn meter. No, I'm completely wrong here, aren't I? Okay, I need to look at the guide. There's a point when you just have to sort of say to yourself, nope, I don't know what I'm doing. And I just hit that point. YouTube. Right, hang on a sec. Silver. Clones. Green Man. Here we go. All right, skip.
Target Lord Vader. Order 60.
Come on. I am very impatient. It's because I know I'm going to have to watch another ad.
Target Lord Vader with the basic, and that should call Oppo to assist. And target.
Come on.
Again. This is just the nature of the run, but a lot of people can get this going pretty quick. It usually takes about 5 minutes or so.
Okay, so I did that.
Go. So it's done. Call DCT.
I did that.
Now, once you get that first layer of RNG, you're going to go ahead and target the other Nightfall Trooper and use a basic to stun him.
I did that.
Now, here's your second layer of RNG. You're going to go ahead and use Nightfall Trooper Special to call a support.
That's it. Call a support and you need it to be DCT again. He essentially needs to be under stealth when you use him. And just say, by the way, that thumbnail for Maul, I haven't seen the episode yet, but it looks dope. Come on, why is it buffering? 217. Let's see if we can get a reset.
Target Lord Vader with the basic.
Or is it 217 maybe?
Assist. You need it to be Dark Side Clone Trooper. So, or Disguise Clone Trooper. Call to assist, we got the right one. Okay, so now after this, we get into the run. So you go ahead and target Oppo with the CX2 so that you can start getting those stacks of Order 66. That's the second attack. Now you want to switch over to Fox and AoE.
Alright, I'm going to pause for a minute, because one, the buffering's going to do my nothing. But also, I think I've just got over the RNG element at least. So let's just lower the volume of everything again, just so no one's ears get blown out. Let's play that again. Alright, let's give it another go. Weird, I don't feel like I was doing too much wrong. Maybe I was just getting bad RNG and not noticing. Or secondary RNG. Because like I was recognizing I was failing this check. Like that. But I think I was missing the second one. Again, reset. Right, we got the correct stun, basic. Second RNG. Nope, reset. This is definitely where I can see this one's not favoured, because getting 2 RNG checks past is difficult. And if anything goes wrong after that, you've got to pass them again. It's like... Oh. Alright, we got that one. RNG check 2. Nope, pass. Okay, back again. RNG check 1. Check. RNG check 2. Pass. Well, failed, sorry. Come on. Let me get into the run. I didn't even get the stun then. I don't know if DCT actually assisted then. I don't think he did, but I didn't even get the stun, so it's like, I think something's wrong. There we go. Check 1. Fail. I feel like this is an incentive to build up Maz's team. Alright, again, it didn't do either bit there. It didn't stun, it didn't call DCT, it called DX2. Alright, we got that. Yay, we got it. Right. Basic over there. I know, I feel like get better is half decent advice. Alright. Because I trust my internet on my phone better, I can just go and finish watching that. We'll watch the next bit of that video on here. Although, ironically, I get a Galaxy of Heroes ad. Okay, so... I'm a step or two behind because he's just about to target Apo with CX2. And then he's going to go to Fox and do the AoE. So what's next? He does a basic... Is it? A basic on this dude? I'm going to say, Relic 100 would definitely floor this. Just don't tell little CG I can't whale that much. Okay, so Fox you do a basic on. So surely the next move's got to be hitting Apo with CX2. Just keeping the Terminator train going. The next one's Apo. Apo would target Fox. I think they go for DCT next? Maybe? I don't know. He's moving his mouse around a lot. Yeah, he goes for DCT with a basic. Okay. DX2 does another basic on Apo. Apo, oh, sorry, not Apo, Nightfall Trooper basic to get Fox out. I don't think we'll do that. Oh no, we did. Cool. CX2 again. I assume we do another basic on CX2. Okay, so we've got the AoE available, but oh, we don't do that, right? We do. Do we do the event ability? Oh, okay. So now it's DCT. Goes for the right hand one. And I'm assuming again he goes for CX2 just for the fact that... sorry, uses CX2 against Apo again just to keep the Order 66 going. Okay, we target Lord Vader and do that. Go back to Apo and base it. We go to Lord Vader and base it. The whole idea is we've got to keep CX2 alive as long as possible, I think. The trouble is going through this as... He's going through this and trying to describe what he's doing, but can't just want the button presses. Okay, so basics on DCT, not DCT, Nightfall Trooper. Again, we do that. Alright, I think I've messed up the order here, because suddenly... I'm going to have to play it manually now, because... Or play it by myself, as it were, because... Okay, so... I'm thinking, do we do that? Okay, so that's wave 1. Okay. Yeah, I've messed this up. I lost it somewhere and I don't know where. Because I kind of get the gist of what you gotta do. You gotta get so that Order 66 is something you can apply right before taking out Lord Vader, so you've got 100% turn meter. Then you want to start reapplying it as soon as possible in the next wave. At least that's what I believe is the strategy. With not having a lead, you essentially need to compensate by using Order 66 to your advantage. Alright, I'm checking the time as well. I haven't been on that long, so we're okay for now. Alright, we got the assist right there. Didn't there, though. I'd love it if there was a script or something that you could set up to do raid attacks. Like there was some way of actually checking if attacks had landed or RNGs had landed. I know that feels weird in the sense of, oh yeah, I don't really want to play this game. You got another day of an internship tomorrow and the rest of the week. Go and take a good lunch with you. I vaguely remember Thousand Island. Isn't it something like ketchup, mustard, and mayo or something? Yeah. Okay. Right, I want to hit there. Yeah. Ugh. Alright. Let's go a different route with this. Let me mute the music on YouTube as well. Let's get Scribe's video on. Oh, that was very bad tapping on my side. Where is it?
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, to the holotables, and have I got news for you? The Order 66 raid videos are still going strong. I've got two amazing teams for you here to use with one team and to score.
Alright, just skip ahead to the bit we need.
Damage as possible. I'm favoring protection over everything else here because it makes it easier to survive, but damage is also great. All right, so here is Silver's footage. Couple of things. Turn 1,
Oh,
he
okay.
is using that. He is using the second special from CX2 to place disarmed over on Apo. Now, I understand why he's doing that, because if you put any sort of debuff over here on the enemy Fox, he's going to gain 100% speed, and that's going to start interrupting your turns, and you don't really want that. However, I think there is a nuance that we could potentially do 3 attacks over here on Fox with Disguised Clone Trooper using basics and still get Order 66 on him and take him out quickly. But I haven't done any testing on that, so I might be wrong. For now, let's follow.
All right, I know that that's that. I'm actually curious. I remember Scribble did a guide. There we go. Every team explained.
We're just going to use basics to finish off this wave, give the handshake, and it's the rest of the...
Here we go. Clones Trio walkthrough.
This one's RNG based, guys. We're going to go through it.
Yeah,
I'm
there are
going to
9.
cut and edit this video so that I'm not constantly repeating myself, okay? So first things first, over on Apo, I'm going to disarm the enemy Apo.
Okay,
We're going
same
to focus
strat.
every attack with CX2 on Apo, okay? It's going to trigger that Order 66. This is where the first bit of RNG comes in. With your Apo, you want to target a Nightfall Trooper, and 2 things need to happen, okay? 1, you must stun the Nightfall Trooper. 2, the character that calls to assist must be the Disguised Clone Trooper. So let's go. CX2, restart. Okay, so we got the call to assist, we got the stun. You just use a basic on the other Nightfall Trooper. He will then be stunned. This is the second part of RNG. When you use this first special with your Nightfall Trooper, you need to once again call your Disguised Clone Trooper to assist, and he'll put Order 66 on the enemy Nightfall Trooper and give your team 100% turn meter and a bunch of additional stats. That's exactly what we need to have happen. Every turn with CX2, you're going to be attacking Apo, so go ahead and do that. Doesn't matter if he misses. We're then going to swap over to Fox when it comes to our Apo's turn and do the AoE. Wonderful. Okay, back round now to Disguised Clone Trooper. We're going to hit the Nightfall Trooper that's stunned, that doesn't have Order 66. That'll trigger Order 66, give us all 100% turn meter. Once again, we're going back over to Fox. We want to try and destroy Fox. CX2 always attacks Apo. This will be the 3rd time that we've hit Apo, so what that's going to do is trigger Order 66 on Apo and give us 100% turn meter and bonus stats. There we go. Back over here, targeting Fox. We want to be able to defeat Fox. Let's just go ahead and basic him. Wonderful. Now it's CX2's turn again. We're going to target Apo all the time. Use the Dire Fortitude ability. This counts as using an ability against a target enemy, which means we will still trigger Order 66 and gain the bonuses of Dire Fortitude as well, wherever that is. Okay, cool. So now we want to target the remaining clone troopers, take them out, start off with the Disguised Clone Troopers. Don't forget, Apo is always targeting, CX2 is always targeting Apo. Don't use any AoEs at this point. We want to try and bide our time here. Just going to, I'm actually going to hit Lord Vader with my Disguised Clone Trooper here, because I want to try and, like I said, bide my time just a little bit. CX2 is always attacking Apo. We will target the Nightfall Troopers with the other characters. Once again, Apo with CX2, and then we'll just basic Nightfall Trooper with the other characters. Great. Focus on Lord Vader with everybody apart from CX2. We will eventually be swapping around. Eventually. We just want to try and bide our time. So, one last time. There we go. So when the enemy Apo is in red health, this is where we're going to change things up. Next time your CX2 takes a turn, we are not going to target Apo. Okay? What we're going to do instead is we are going to target Lord Vader, and then we're going to defeat the enemy Apo here. That's going to give everybody 100% turn meter, as you saw. We are then going to shake hands, well, basically 100% turn meter, and we want to try and make sure that we can finish some of these units before they have a chance to really destroy us. So I'm going to hope that we get the stun on the enemy Nightfall Trooper using our first special here. Nice, we did. And then we're going to throw the grenade out, I reckon. Who's got the next turn meter? Okay, we should be okay here. Throw the grenade. Good damage. And then a basic over here.
Alright, I think that's where I was getting unlucky. I don't think I was getting lucky with that wave. So, I'm going back in. But when he phrases it that way, it does seem a lot more straightforward than the RNG I was getting. First few moves to get Order 66 up is the RNG. Yeah. I think that's what was getting me, the start of Wave 2, or getting into Wave 2. Alright, let's do that. We got the assist. And do we get the assist here? Nope, reset. Yeah, I did remod. I had to think to myself I did, didn't I? Alright, let's do that. Okay. RNG. Reset. This is the frustrating thing with it. If you're getting it wrong, it just takes forever. I mean, I did it reasonably fast the first time last week, but it obviously can go wrong. Okay, we got that one. And we didn't get that one. Yeah, I think that's what was doing me. I just wasn't really getting that bit of RNG I really needed in Phase 2. Okay, that wasn't effective. We did get the assist, but we didn't get the stun. Okay, that was good. And again, that wasn't. Ugh. I said it during the first 3 I did. You know, that Hurricane Hondo run was fantastic. I don't think I remember the last time I did that in one run. So I felt like RNGesus was kind of saying, "You don't need it because I'm going to make you wait for this one." Again. Kind of want CX2 to bugger off and... Well, not CX2, Apo. Oh, no, it is CX2. Imagine how good that ability would be if it was cool target support ally to assist. I didn't get it then, did I? I wasn't concentrating. Okay, let's do that. Stun. Nope. Said it already, but I bet you could do like a script or something for this where, you know, it just repeats the same commands. Oh, that was a waste. My bad. Sorry, I thought it hit the special, it hit the basic. I will add as well, it also makes it very tempting to take Bad Batch up, considering I'm even finding them more palatable than this. At least right now. Thank you! Okay, we've got the train going. Okay, we need to go for the other one that's not got Order 66. Let's hit box. Keep hitting Apo. Okay. Yeah. Apo. Okay. I feel like I might have mucked that up. Yeah, I did. Oh. I didn't get that EM transfer right. I think I needed to hit Apo once more, didn't I? And then wipe him out. I just moved away from him too quick. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, right, I can accept a bit of RNG, but that one could have still worked. Okay, that's a bit rough. Thing for myself, it's just I want to make sure I'm not getting I'm not having unenforced errors, shall we say. I'm curious if anyone on YouTube could tell me, how long have I been trying this one tier? Feels like it's been a while. I only say YouTube because I know Twitch is a bit funny with the rewind feature. Okay, we need to go for that one. We go over here for that. When you say when you got the train going, do you mean when all of the others are down except for Apo gone? Right, hang on. I think this is what I need to do. Base it there. Base it there. Now, do that. And I'd say we're... What? What happened there? Did I mess up, or was that a bug?
We're just going to use basics to finish off this wave. Give the handshake, and the rest of it.
I'm confused, I'll be honest, because just watching it. I'll be honest, because... Right, just back a bit. Okay, so I got Apo into the red. I did a basic there to just try and avoid killing him straight out the gate. We did a basic there to get the turn meter. And then we kill Apo. Everyone except for Apo's got 100% turn meter there. But then I do that ability, and it doesn't... That is a bug. We've got 4 stacks. Yeah, that is a bug, surely. I've got 4 stacks. I'd use the handshake ability, and then it's trying to get me to use other abilities on Lord Vader, which affects my turn meter. Surely. I'll be honest, that one's irritating because I feel like that was going all right, and then it just got interrupted. All right, we got the RNG this time. Right, so I feel like I'm doing a good job of just whittling them down a bit. That's the 4 stacks there if we want them. Okay, so that gives us all 100% turn meter. Let's do that. Stay up, Snappy. That's red. We go here. No, I messed up again. I know I did, didn't I? Can we do that at least? Okay, that's 1. Okay. Not great, but we did actually get through that. Go and say you saw my vids. If anything, I was curious for your opinion on if I was crazy for trying a free-to-play account. Yeah, there we go. Right, that was just horrendous in terms of RNG, but at least we got a run done. Alright, last one. Yeah, I'm glad, Gav. That was just taking forever. Honestly, I haven't been finding it too bad. I mean, last night I actually got most of them just knocked out when I went bed. You know, it's like, say I've got my normal account on my phone, I just go on my iPad at night. This is actually quite interesting playing against lower collection stuff as well. I've got to rank 70 on where I am right now. I've already recorded this week's video, but I'm actually curious what I'm going to do for the next one. Like, the first video was non-reveal deck. I did ongoing for the second. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do for the next one. I'm thinking something like a move deck. The only issue is, in Series 2, you don't have a lot of... It's not like you've got a Human Torch, for instance. I don't think you have Dagger either at that point, so... You're literally playing with the tools the game gives you. I will have to look into that. I can explain what that's about. I use software to record my audio when I'm recording, so I might just need to up the volume a bit. Man, oh man, 41 minutes sounds rough. At least in terms of effort versus reward kind of thing. If my guild needed it, it'd be more okay, but it's like, they don't need it. There we go. Got through that. One, two, three. Yeah. You know, if I hadn't had, well, say I had to do. If I hadn't done that 3 Clone Man run, this would have been over so much sooner. 17.1 mil though. Right, we haven't got TB yet. What time does it start? Oh, 9 minutes time. Okay. I would hang around, but I can't do CMs, so I might as well just block off in that regard. Alright. Let's go... I can find my button. Let's go here. Have I just taken that out of sight? I think I have, haven't I? There we go. Alright, so... I'm going to just get... see if I can find a raid. That's the word I'm after. RSG. Nice and easy call that. Okay, so I'm going to be back now Thursday. We're going to be doing The Last of Us Part 2 again. I want to try and get this grounded run continued. I'm not intending to do anything else in terms of like spontaneous streams, but you never know, something might pop up if I have a bit of free time. But yeah, only other things to say. If you haven't already checked out my Snap channel, JJ Snap, give that a look if you've got some time. We've got the Let's Play channel, and yeah, that's my free time taken up. So yeah, let's get this raid launched. And quick thank you to Kadabug for the resub. Alright, back Thursday as I said. Hope to see as many of you as possible then. Until then folks, have a good rest of your week. Goodbye for now.